he mopped floors, emptied trash cans, pushed a squeaky cart down hallways that smelled like coffee and sweat. To everyone in the precinct, he was just the janitor. Invisible, forgettable. But what they didn't know? This man wasn't here to clean. He was here to listen. Because under that faded blue jumpsuit was a federal badge. Special Agent Rivera, FBI, undercover. For weeks, she'd been working this case in silence. Her target, not the small-time crooks, not the petty thieves, but the men in uniform, the ones who thought a badge made them untouchable. It started with whispers in the locker room, jokes that didn't sound like jokes, evidence misplaced when the right people paid, and citizens who resisted arrest. Only their hospital bills told the real story. Rivera had heard enough to be sick, but not enough to bring the whole house down. So she stayed, mopping up their spilled coffee, nodding when they ignored her greetings, even smiling when one of them called her Mop Girl. Because in this game, patience was the weapon. One Thursday night, the precinct was half empty. A rainstorm hammered the streets outside, and that's when she heard it. Two officers in the back office, voices low, words sharp. Drop the file at Alton's. Cash is in the same place. She froze. Raymond Alton. The name had been on FBI watch lists for years. Developer, political donor, and if the rumors were true, a man who kept his empire clean by letting others get their hands dirty. She leaned closer, pretending to scrape gum from the tile. The voices got lower. Then one said something that made her skin crawl. If anyone asks, the kid never made it to booking. You hear me? Her breath caught. The kid? Her mop water rippled as her hands shook. This wasn't just corruption. This was a life. She slipped away before they could see her, heart pounding so loud she could hear it over the storm. She wanted to call it in, wanted to kick the door down and arrest every single one of them. But timing was everything. One wrong move and the whole case would vanish, along with that kid. So she went back to work, sweeping, waiting, and when the last officer left for the night, she made her move. Into the locker room, into the back office, and finally, into the captain's private records room. The lock was old. Her hands were steady. Inside, stacks of files lay in neat rows. She pulled one at random and froze. Photos, reports, evidence that had never made it to trial. Names crossed out, case numbers scratched in red. Her throat tightened. This wasn't just one dirty officer. This was the whole station. She was so deep in it, she didn't hear the door open behind her. The click of a gun safety snapped her out of it. A voice she recognized said, "Funny? For a janitor, you sure know your way around classified files." She turned slowly. It wasn't just any officer, it was Captain Briggs himself. And the look in his eyes wasn't confusion. It was recognition. "FBI," he said coldly. "So that's the game you've been playing." Her cover was gone. Her life might be next. And then she heard footsteps in the hall, more than one pair, getting closer. The captain smiled. "You're not leaving this building." The captain's shadow swallowed the doorway. Behind him, 3 officers stepped in, hands on their weapons, eyes locked on her. Rivera's mind raced. She was outnumbered, outgunned, and her phone, with hours of recorded evidence, was in her back pocket. If they found it, this whole case would die tonight. "Put it down," Briggs ordered. She glanced at the folder in her hands. Photos of a boy, maybe 16, beaten, terrified, booking papers half-filled, then abandoned. The kid they were talking about. Her blood ran hot. She didn't move. One officer stepped forward, gun raised. Last chance! Rivera's mind sharpened. She couldn't win a shootout, but maybe she didn't have to. She slid the folder into the open trash bag on her cleaning cart. Slow, casual. Then she raised her hands. "Fine," she said. They didn't even glance at the trash bag, because to them, it was just garbage. "Search her," Briggs ordered. They patted her down, took her keys, but missed the recorder hidden inside her mop handle. Every word they said from here on would be federal evidence. Briggs leaned in close, breath hot with arrogance. "You think anyone's gonna believe a janitor over me?" Her lips twitched into the smallest smile. "Because the thing about arrogance, it blinds you." And Briggs was already blind. The rain outside masked the sound of tires screeching. Black SUVs slid to a stop. The door to the station burst open. FBI jackets flooded in. "Hands where I can see 'em," a voice barked. The officers froze. Briggs's face drained. Rivera stepped forward, badge in hand. "Captain Briggs," she said, her voice steady, "you're under arrest for obstruction of justice, conspiracy, and aiding and abetting a criminal organization." The look on his face was worth every mop bucket she'd ever pushed. But then, a young agent rushed in from outside. "Ma'am, we've got a problem." Rivera turned. His expression was grim. "The kid? The one from the file? He's gone, and someone tipped them we were coming." Her stomach dropped. If the kid was gone, it meant Alton knew, and if Alton knew, this was just the beginning.